OEA, thank you for joining our weekly Top 4 at 4 webinar, where we briefly discuss the top issues facing public education and OEA each week. This week, the topics we're covering are number one, an update on your right to payroll deduct your dues, also changes in testing legislation that have happened this week, Sunday's telephone town hall, and the Brighter Future Rally. I'm Amanda Ewing, your OEA Chief Lobbyist, and I'll start us off with the update on payroll deduction. House Bill 1749 was heard on Monday in the Senate General Government Committee. As you'll recall, the bill aims to take away your right to automatically have your OEA dues deducted from your paycheck, and the bill narrowly passed out of committee with a 4-3 vote on Monday. Now, the senators who supported your right to payroll deduct, and they all actually strongly debated against this bill, were Senators Floyd and Pittman from Oklahoma City, and then Republican Senator Shorty, who represents South Oklahoma City, Yukon, and more. Senators who voted to target education employees in a clear attempt to silence your voice at the Capitol are Senator Dahm, he's the chair of the committee and the Senate author of this bill. He's a senator from Broken Arrow. And then Senator Holtz from Oklahoma City, Senator Marlatt from Woodward, and Senator Bice. She's newly elected and represents Northwest Oklahoma City, West Edmond, Piedmont, and Yukon. And I've got to say, Senator Bice was the most disappointing vote, I would think, of these, because I know she told several of you and those of us in the room that she planned on voting against this bill since it targeted only education employees, and then in the end kind of flip-flopped and voted for it anyway. So I'm hoping that maybe we can have some good conversations with her between now and the vote on the full Senate floor, and maybe she will come around, but we'll see. So then finally, those senators, I guess, who are most deserving of a wish you were here postcard, because they were no-shows on Monday, were Senator Fry from Midwest City and Oklahoma City, and Senator Brooks, who represents Newcastle, Rush Springs, and Marlow areas. Both of these gentlemen told us they were no votes on the bill, and if they were there to vote, the bill would have fallen in our favor. So it was quite disappointing that they had things to do besides being at the Capitol Monday. So next steps on House Bill 1749, OEA leaders and our allies are all meeting this week and kind of determining what our strategy is going to be to defeat this bill on the floor. The next vote will be in front of the full Senate floor, and that vote could take place as early as next Thursday, March 26th, or it could be as late as Thursday, April 23rd. That's the deadline to hear it on the Senate floor. So we're going to need to get a strong effort ramped up quite quickly, and then we're going to have to keep that momentum going until they actually hear and we defeat House Bill 1749 on the Senate floor. So next we'll move on to talk about testing legislation, and Ivy Riggs, your legislative and political organizing specialist for the east half of the state, will give us an update on that.
Thanks, Amanda. The three bills that we're going to talk about today all deal with end of instruction exams, or more accurately, hopefully removing end of instruction exams. There are three bills alive that address this. House Bill 1622, Senate Bill 707, and Senate Bill 784. All three remove EOI language, and all three say that the State Board of Education get to choose the replacement as long as it's aligned with our new standards once they're written. Here's the sticking point. Each bill is worded a little bit differently, and the differences in the bills are what defines how the State Department controls test questions. So because of the repeal of Common Core, our State Department has to control what is on the exams that we give our students. Some of the tests being talked about are the ITBS or the Iowa test or ACT. ITBS has said that they do give some states some control over what is on the test. ACT does not. Those are independent of the states. And so our dilemma as a state is the balance between Oklahoma having some control of test questions versus the usefulness of the tests that we give our high school students and what colleges are looking for. So we'll keep you posted on this topic. Next up is Chanson Flick, the legislative and political organizer for the west half of the state.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just go ahead and give you a quick rundown of the upcoming telephone town hall. That's going to be this Sunday, March 22nd at 1:30 p.m. We're expecting it to last around 30 minutes. The main topics that we're going to be discussing on that call are going to be a brief update on any pension legislation that's still live at this point in the legislative session. A quick recap of House Bill 1749, the payroll deduction legislation, and the upcoming organizing and strategy efforts that we're going to be implementing to defeat the bill on the Senate floor. And finally, we're going to be sharing some information on the Brighter Future rally being held on March 30th. We're going to be kind of handing out some information such as the schedule for the day, any speakers that we're going to have lined up, and the number of confirmed schools attending. We'll also be taking some questions and trying to provide some answers that you may have in regards to the rally. So for the telephone town hall, a robocall will be going out before noon on Friday with the information about joining the teletown hall on Sunday. If you haven't received that robocall by Friday at noon, that means you're not on the list to join the telephone town hall. So if you haven't received that by then, please contact Lisa Cobb here at OEA. Her direct extension here is 405-523-4310. Once again, that is 405-523-4310. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it back over to Amanda to give you just a little bit more information about the rally.
Thanks, Chanson. Topic number 4 is the Brighter Future rally on March 30th. It's quickly approaching, and we are very excited about it. As you know, it is sponsored by the Oklahoma PTA and supported by the Education Coalition. And I would urge you to visit the website, okedcoalition.org. That's okedcoalition.org. And there you can find the talking points we'll be discussing at the rally. There's a flyer you can print out if you want to promote the event. We'll also have information on the arrival times depending on the county in which your school is located. We're staggering the times that schools are arriving to make sure that we can kind of most efficiently and quickly get you in and out of the Capitol. And that'll help you also kind of determine when you can meet with your legislator for the day. It's the most important part of the day, definitely, that we will go meet with our legislators and tell them what we need for public education in the state. So be sure that before the rally starts, the actual presentation starts at 12:30, that you've been able to get in the Capitol and talk with your elected officials. The hashtag we'll be using that day is also OKED Rally. You can go ahead and start using that now if you feel like putting things on Twitter about it and get that dialogue going on social media. And then at 12:30 is the actual presentation, and it's going to be great. We'll have a DJ like last year, signs provided. There's a great lineup of speakers. Kind of between your legislative meetings and the rally, we'll have food trucks so that you won't have to try to get out of the Capitol and back in for lunch. And so it should be a lot of fun, but most importantly, we're hoping that we can really get some action out of our state legislature as a result. I think that this is going to be just as good or better of a rally as last year, and as you know, last year was a landmark day for us in holding the biggest rally in state history at the Capitol. So those are our top 4 at 4 topics of the week. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to hear from you on the town hall on Sunday and see you at the rally on the 30th. And of course, we hope you'll join us again next week for our top 4 at 4 on Wednesday. Thanks very much and have a good day.
You'll have a good afternoon now.